is a little more on the scary side. So Cruise, if you don't know who they are, they make self-driving cars basically, or attachments, whatever you want to call it. And they would join the call to ban human drivers in city centers, says the CEO. This is a hot take at the moment. I think this is way too early to do, and nonetheless a interesting thing to say as the CEO of a company. So Cruise vehicles get into 75% fewer collisions that could cause injuries. Now, I believe it was Cruise or some other electric vehicle company. I live in Austin, Tejas, and there was Downtown Road the other night blocked by a bunch of these vehicles. I don't remember if it was Cruise or not, but it was a self-driving company, and like the road was basically gridlocked because of it. So there's that as well. Now, Cruise robotaxis have been involved in collisions and a fire truck, but haven't killed anyone yet. And part of these articles writing things like that is Cruise vehicles get into 75% fewer collisions that could cause injuries, a statistic that will only improve over the years. That's any self-driving car. From a safety perspective, I get it. I get the point. But I think the thing with banning people in city centers is kind of wild. Me, for instance, doing real estate photography, if I got to go downtown now, like I'm just not allowed to drive down there, and I got to get all my, like now I have to go rent one of your taxis. Like that's what you want to make me do. It's stupid. Your car should learn how to drive with human drivers on the road. So the question is interesting here. So basically what this guy said is if you extrapolate forward what you see in autonomous vehicles, decrease in costs, and they continue to improve their safety performance, they get much better at adapting in ways that find cities agreeable and preferable. You see more pooled rides, questions like, do you want as many human driver cars on our roads? And like at what point does it make sense? Not yet. A genius. Now, if I told you 5 years from now, AVs are going to be 100 times safer, autonomous vehicles, in regions that have high pedestrian and cyclist traffic, it would almost seem reckless as a city planner. I get it. And I think from a business standpoint, this works great for him. I think from the rest of the world perspective, I still need to get places, buddy, where it includes going through the city, and I'm not adding an extra 20 minutes to my drive to drive a loop instead of straight through. Okay, like I was saying, I'm not driving a circle around the city to get to my spot. I'm driving straight through. You're not making me drive an extra 20 so that your company can make a little more money. I just want to get places. So with that, it's cool to see. Okay, I'll admit it's cool to think that we're this close to it happening. But I still think you're going to have to wait till everyone owns an EV, and then you're going to have to wait till all those EVs are self-driving. Just because your company and a few others are capable of this safer driving right now, I don't think we're as close. They always talk about the last 5 or 1% is what's going to take the longest. I think we're in that last 5 to 1%, where these autonomous vehicles, these electric vehicles that can self-drive, they're all right there. Tesla's right there. They're about to cross that finish line. They're at the last 5%, but there's just so many unknowns in that last 5% on how close you really are. Yeah, they drive safer. Yeah, they drive better, but they're not quite to where they need to be yet. And I think there's a good chance that it ends up just taking a little bit longer than people think it's going to.